Yo yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old fast Rogiante, and it has indeed been a minute since we've been on the Rogue. Just dinged 70 on this guy, and I ended up sending over some boxes, so obviously I have nowhere near best in slot. Now I do have, um, I think I only have like a few blue pieces, and I'm using the Cosmic Trinket in some of these. I don't know, you'll notice that I'm using an old trinket from Shadowland. It does like 30k, so it's not. Yeah, well, yeah, it is garbage, but it's what I had at the time. So this guy, this hunter, it's Michael. He's one of my buddies that I play with. So he started at like 1730. We ended off at 1950 something. So we ended up gaining a lot, even though I'm on a rogue. That doesn't have much. Here we open here. We did big damn. I smoke bomb. So we end up getting a lot of cooldowns here. And as you can see, we're still going. Actually, he's already trinketed. He lines the, actually no, he gets it off, actually, somehow. So here we get every cooldown in the opener, because, people just don't understand that it's really simple for these guys to win. One person clicks Trinket Wall Karma, but the other person clicks Trinket, and then he uses Emerald. There's no possibility to where you will lose against, if you well, you can lose, but what I mean is, if you play good, you usually are not gonna lose to a double DPS. You just have to be, you can't be throwing. So here we end up winning, and very nice. So the fact that they both use all their CDs in the opener pretty much lost in the game, and that's just how it goes. Now your main goal versus our comp is, I would honestly, if you're both fully geared, I would say this comp is probably better than Rogue Mage in twos. You had a bunch of like with Fire Mage, you only have damage on bust, but on this you have like kind of like mini goes that do a decent amount. I mean, they're not the best, but they work. And obviously I'm not geared, so if I was on my main, it'd be a different story. Well, I think I'm geared, but I'm just the wrong stat. It's just a bunch of random gears. So here we absolutely just demolish these people in the opener. Not much you can do about that one. Like I said, if you don't play good versus this, I think we almost lost this. So my guy wasn't running a pay. He was like, "Okay, yo, I'm just gonna YOLO it. We got this. Don't worry about it." So I think the rogue gets me out here. Yep, he does. He ends up opening. The mage is not on me, so I'm not gonna shrink it. So the mage hasn't even opened on me yet because he's DB sheeping, and then I vanish. So had the mage not went for a sheep and instead, went for the good old fashioned bust, they would have got my trinket, or they would have just killed me if I didn't. If I would have tried to hold. But here we end up opening, and the reason I DR cheap shot is because we get prey on the weak, which makes everybody do more damn. I end up vanishing the moment the rogue comes out. So at this point, the mage has nothing. My hunter should just be able to, solo this guy. I'm gonna stop the rogues go on my hunter. And at this point, we're kind of scared. We only have. I'm basically trying to just prolong the inevitable, because I'm gonna die, most likely, no matter what, unless somehow I live. I don't even know how I'm alive right now. The fact that I'm alive is disgusting. I have nothing, I have no vanishes, no evasion, nothing. The mage is dead. I backstep in 3 seconds. Cheat death saves me. I step him. He gets a nice kill shot. GG's. Absolutely farmed. So these guys kind of had a good strat. So their goal was to basically sit the Fury Warrior in the middle of the way, so then I can't sap, because I had to get in range for me to sap, and as you'll see here in a second, that no matter what I do, there's no way I'm not getting in there without getting hit. So here I just run up in there, I sap him cheap. He walls here. I'm gonna resap if I can. I'm a cheap. I probably should have saved the kidney for the healer, but whatever. I mean, we already got wall. Um, he trinket sacks, very nice. So we got the wall, trinket, sack. So we're pretty good CDs right now. So I use my racial to get a little bit away here, so I line him just in time. I'm gonna have to vanish on his leap. And at this point, all we need to do is, we have a really bad habit of using our traps like kind of weirdly. So I just use Garrote, or not Garrote, Gouge of it. So here we get the Warrior's Trinket. I'm going to go CC the healer in a second. I'm going to vanish for the kidney because it resets I have CDR. So here I'm going to vanish once I get some combo wins. So I've cheap shot, gouge, bam, dead. So by the time he could do anything, he had forbearance on him. GG's. And we end up winning versus an H-Power Warrior, which had never happened. Like the one comp, any comp with a paladin in it in twos versus a double DBS, you can't really lose. You have Sank, well in this instance, Sank, Bob, Sack, Trinket, Bubble Bob, or I've already said. That's just one character, so you have to imagine. Um, this guy actually got really salty because he ended up messaging me after this game. I'm pretty sure it was this evoker. I don't know though. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure it was this evoker. Yeah, he ended up messaging me. He was very salty because he lost, even though he's playing a comp that should never lose to a double DBS in any instance. But thankfully, they played bad and we ended up taking a W. So here I blind Kidney. He ends up breaking my blind, kind of unfortunate. He would have triggered it anyway, but at this point we kind of have to kill him or we lose. And I end up just getting that Kidney right in time, and he wasn't running Sank. The one thing you have to run versus a rogue to counter every single go is Sank. Every Ret Paladin should be running Sank versus any rogue. It's the most broken CD. You use it on the first stun every 45 seconds. That's every other Kidney or every other stun. That's God tier. But we end up taking him out, and you just gotta get good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it is. Oh, you want to message me? Oh, you're bad. I know. Don't worry, don't worry. Three Beyonds, like you. So another Ret Evoker is a different one this time. Again, they should never lose in any world, but thankfully they end up losing in the opener, question mark? Let's see. No, I don't think they do. I think he almost does. Nope, he Emeralds, Bops, Trinkets. So we get Bop, Trinket, Emerald in the opener. That's a misplay. What they should have done is he could have either Trinket walled, or he could have just used Emerald by itself. Because if the Ret uses anything while it's in bomb, he's gonna Trinket into nothing. So it's good that he did end up using Trinket on my stun. Or I don't know, he just ends up dying because, like I said, no Sank. Actually, no, he lives. So just imagine if these Ret Paladins ran the one talent that absolutely is one of the best talents in the game. It literally gets you out of a fear and on top of that, a stun. So, you know, I end up using Gouge, and at this point we need a win. And as you can see, I get the shield off right in time. He gets that nice damage. Thankfully, he got that rapid fire, or else I would have died. And this guy, all this guy has to do right now is sit on top of me, and I lose. Thankfully, for some reason, I don't know why he saw evasion and got scared. Look at my CDs, I have nothing. If he sat on me and not let the DR go off or let me farm off a kidney, he would have just won the game. Like, if he just sits on me. So now I get a free kidney because he just wasn't sitting on me. I was at 30%. Imagine if he just stayed on me the entire time. I would have been dead by the time I would have got that kidney off. But at this point, now we're going to get a full reset. And once we have, once we have Vanish, once we have Cloak, we have Blind come back up. And we're just going to stall out time. We know this guy doesn't have Bubble. We know he does have Trinket now. Because he's a human, he has double Trinket. He doesn't have Bop. He doesn't have Bubble. The only thing he has is Lay on Hands. And he's not running Sank, so he can't, pre-Sank it stun. Which a lot of people do that. If you're facing Rogue and you're off DR, you'll just Sank yourself whenever the Rogue comes out, and usually you'll get it. Now, obviously, it's only really good if the guy's not already in stealth, obviously, but here I use my file. At this point in time, we're going to open, we're going to burst. The moment he gets out of our stuns, we're going to disarm. So, disarm right now. I'm going to farm up combo points. Use my Shadow Dance maybe again, let's see. I Trinket on wings. Now, if he Hodged me and doesn't wings, we don't Trinket. And the reason I don't Trinket is because he won't have enough damage. I end up bombing here to basically stop time. Waiting for that kidney DR. I gouge him. Thankfully, I didn't get that Rupture off, because if I did, I wouldn't have been able to full gouge him like I am now. And at this point, we have Blind, but yeah, he's laying hands. Trying to get him as low as I can before either I'm going to just evasion. Now I have blades up, pretty much he's dead. I can just evasion and GG's. DHs versus this comp is like really good, because if they don't use immediately, they will die. Almost every DH I faced, they don't want to click anything until 30% and they die. Well, as you can see here in a second, I cheap stun. Okay, I accidentally blind the DH, as you can see there. I went to Alt Tab and I guess it just didn't work out. The Priestess ends up dying behind a corner. GG's. So he doesn't want to disrepair or nothing, so he ends up getting taken out. Free Weons. So yeah, because obviously I alt tab to, I don't have the mouse buttons, and I don't really, I just do what I got. So, and I had to be looking at them in order for it to switch. So I guess it just didn't want to switch. Here we end up absolutely farming him with the hunter. Another DH, another example of this is more lower CR. So there's higher rated games in here, and there's also lower games. So like the starting games are more higher, and the last games are more lower, except like the last one or the next one. I'm not sure, but here I end up smoke bombing. I'm gonna sap the Groot if he comes out. Yep, there he is. Bam, sap, blind, GG, and he gets completely outplayed without noticing. I use my cosmic trinket to absolutely farm him. Boom, 30k. And of course, like usual, it's an H-Power Hunter. Let's see. That is questionable. Actually, I think this was a decent long game. I think I ended up 1v1ing the HPL. So we end up swapping the HPL on Bob. I think he clicks wall. This guy still has Bob up. I'm smoke bombing. It's kind of a bad smoke bomb. I didn't know. Maybe I was trying to stop the Hunter's Dam, but I probably should have just disarmed all Bob. But what is? Now I disarm so he can't swap me. Kidney. So at this point, he's going to pump him. And let's see what happens here. Oh, goodbye. I think the H-Power ends up killing my guy. So my guy had a rapid fire channeling through my Shadowy Duel. So while he was in Shadowy Duel, it was like how Hunter was back then in Shadowlands, where if you had mark on somebody, the Hunter could see him through Shadowy Duel and keep attacking him. That was like the most utterly broken thing in the game. But yeah, if he already has a channel before I Shadowy Duel, it'll keep going. So that's why he died there, because I had that extra help. Because alone, a rogue will never kill anybody solo, like by himself. He'll need help. He'll get him down to like 30 or 40%, and then even with every CD, it won't matter. You still need extra help. Just like if you saw in the rogue mage game, the rogue almost could kill me, and I'm one of the Glacius cannon. I'm full mastery. Or actually, no, I'm not full mastery because I have a Bay of Conquest. I forgot I'm none of my mains. So, um, I'm the Glacius spec there is, other than like a fire mage, obviously. But now we're 1v1ing an H-Pow, which even with my gear, it's not terrible. I mean, I have a full set of Conquest gear, so it's easily doable. It's just obviously the wrong stats at this point, but I've made like 3 pieces by now. I made like the head and the feet. I still gotta make a bunch more. I might end up playing solo show before the season ends on this guy, just to, mess around so I have something to do. And I need to gear this guy before the season ends. That way, in the start of the new season, he's best in slot. He might not have the gems, obviously, but at least he'll have the gear-wise, which, gems, I don't really need them. You know, it's not going to really matter that much. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a few mastery all, but it is what it is. I mean, the gears is going to get swapped out either by blues or, honestly, you might just go from epic to epic like we usually do. I don't think the blues will be better than the current, current conquest gear or whatever. But yeah, it is dope that I actually get a re-gear, and usually that wouldn't be the case. But I need like an objective to play the game. So like if I'm all, it's like a chore kind of. It's kind of a hard way to look at it, but when I log on the game, I need to have something to do that's like an objective, and that gearing is an objective. Obviously, Rogue is going to be pretty toasted at the start, which you know honestly, I think it's literally based off of like secret tech and something else. Like overall damage is garbage, but just that one, secret tech is the only thing that's broken of Rogue. It's literally Rogue looks terrible other than that one, like other than the actual burst damage that it gets. Otherwise, it looks garbage, like completely useless. But otherwise, it's whatever. But like I said, if you guys would like to support the channel, go down below. Well, if you're trying to do something for free to help out, like, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, if you have that moolah, then yeah, you can go cash at me. ASA to the P. As you can see, we open here with my cosmic trinket like a god. We're gonna swap. Oh, nice. Instant cheap shot into a blind. Nope, shadowy duel. Easy. So I shadowy duel him, and then I can full blind him off this. So full blind. Actually, God, unhealable CC. He's gonna die immediately. Oh my lord. Oh, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, peace.